So I got a gene transplant about 15 years ago when I was 28 years old. I got a gene transplant. I wasn't happy with my genetics, with what I inherited from my parents. So I went out and got a gene transplant. It's this great medical procedure. It's very evolved, really evolved, very experimental, by the way. And I did it 15 years ago. It's been around forever. See, when you get your family members have all these issues with them, like cancer, heart disease, obesity, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. All that runs in the family, correct? So how did I get rid of all of that? I got a gene transplant. I said, you know what? I'm not happy with what I was inherited, with my genetics. So I'm going to just trade them in for better genetics. And here's how I did it. So I was 28 years old, and I was on 6 medications. 6 medications. A lot of medications. Everything from asthma to, I had high blood pressure, chronic fatigue, prescription deodorant, acid reflux medication wasn't even working. They gave me a stronger dose. That wasn't working, so I was on my way for an operation on like my trachea or something. I forgot what the doctor said back then, to better allow my foods to digest and not to have that acid reflux. So I said, you know what? Why don't I just trade in my genes? Just get rid of all that and just be done with it. It's exactly what I did. So how did I do it? I started eating right. I started exercising. I started cutting out the crap that was causing the condition. I started cutting out the crap in my diet that was causing the condition. People are on this genetics bandwagon. Oh, it's my genes. My genes say, you know, my mother had cancer, this and that, breast cancer, this and that. People feel helpless. People feel totally helpless. So I got into, not really a debate, but I got into a friendly debate with a doctor friend of mine the other night. And, doesn't make them bad people. And she's a great friend. I love her to death. She's fantastic. We have a great time when we hang out. She's a great friend. And you have to understand, by the way, I have friends that are doctors. I have friends that are meat eaters. Even though I'm a vegetarian, even though I consider myself plant-based, I have friends that eat meat. And I don't judge people. It's not my job to judge people, okay? So if you're a doctor and I might like you as a person, I just might not listen to what you have to say when it comes to medicine, okay? Which I have that right. You have that right not to listen to me when it comes to putting garlic in your food or whatever it is. We all have that right, but we can all still be friends is the thing. So I got into a debate with my doctor friend and convinced that genetics. And I'm saying genetics are maybe 10% of the whole equation. And we were in like a party formal setting, and she's like, well, what causes cancer? What causes this? And I said, just look around you. I picked up a glass of wine. I said, this is pure toxin. I said, look at the cheese. It's cow pus, cow excretion. Look at the meat. Look at all these things. I said, she goes, well, what is cancer? I said, cancer is simple. Cancer is pollution of the body. If you stop the pollution, you can stop the cancer. Pollution, you can have all different types of pollution. And I pointed everything on the house. I said, look at the flooring. There's outgassing in the flooring, in the carpet, in the paint. You walk outside, there's stuff that's being sprayed on your lawn, chemicals, Roundup, all these things accumulate for pollution. I said, it's not the genetics. It's not your genetics that are predisposing. It's you're doing the same thing that your parents have taught you to do for the last 30, 40, 50 years. You're in a habit. You're used to putting this chemical on your body. You're used to eating this food. You're used to eating bacon every morning. You're used to nitrates. You're used to doing all these things that cause cancer. So after we cause all this cancer and bombard our bodies with all this pollution, we say, oh, it must have been the genetics. It must have been the genetics that did it. And there's a lot of very successful doctors out there that say, no, it's not. It's not the genetics. So my question to her was, at 28 years old, I'm on all this medication. I must have had a gene transplant, because within 30 days, all the medication was gone. My cholesterol plummeted, my blood pressure went down, my prescription deodorant was gone. I had no need for that. Yes, prescription deodorant was a pretty nasty thing. I was so toxic, I used to just sweat like yellow. And I couldn't wear white shirts because I would just ruin everything. I was so toxic from all the medications I was on and the crap food that I was eating. So I'm joking around and said, yeah, I got that gene transplant. I just got rid of everything like that, Great procedure. New genes, no problems. That's it. But the bigger part of that is, okay, if diet and lifestyle cured or reversed all of that, how relevant is genetics? Sure, my father has high blood pressure. He's had 2 heart attacks. He's had bypass surgery. He has a pacemaker. He has congestive heart failure. My father has all that. And at 27, 28 years old, I saw the writing on the wall and I said, that's me in 30 years. My father was 57, I was 27, and he was getting a bypass surgery. I said, that's me. That is totally me in 30 years. His father, at the age of 57, same thing. Heart attack, lived maybe 10, 15 more years after that, but died when he was 70 from another heart attack. So I saw the writing on the wall. Now, how come I don't have any of these conditions today? What did I do? Did my genes go away, or did I turn off the cause of what was doing it? It's simple. I turned off the crap. I turned off the stuff. I eliminated the stuff that was the real cause of it. If the real cause was genes, wouldn't I still have all those conditions? Wouldn't I still be a medical nightmare? Wouldn't I still be a profit center for the drug manufacturers? Wouldn't I still be a profit center for my regular doctor, my medical? Of course I would be. People, genetics play a small part. There's some validity in genetics, but when it really comes down to how you abuse your body and how you treat your body, that beats out genetics any day. That is the true revealing factor. So how did I beat it all? Gene transplant is my official story. I got a gene transplant. I cured everything. Try a gene transplant.